You can be smart, self-aware, and make good money and still sabotage your finances over and over. This isn't about budgeting. It's about survival patterns that started way before you ever opened a bank account. Hey, I'm Kristen. I'm a licensed therapist who works with people dealing with anxiety, perfectionism, and early trauma. Today we're breaking down a pattern I see all the time, why so many high-achieving, thoughtful people struggle with money even when they know what to do. They likely have a high financial IQ, but their financial EQ, or emotional quotient, is lacking. Different, but equally as important. We're talking about inner child money patterns, how they form, what they look like in real life, and what actually helps. So let's get into it. Here's the pattern I've seen in client after client. They finally start earning more. They're saving, doing everything right, and then they overspend, or they avoid checking their accounts, or they offer discounts before anyone even asks, or suddenly feel so anxious about having money that they find a way to get rid of it fast. They'll say things like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm really trying to change these habits. It's like something just takes over. From the outside, it might look like bad planning or a discipline problem, but underneath, it's often a protection strategy that started years ago, usually before age 7. So here's what most people don't realize. Our early years of life are the most impactful because we're absorbing emotional patterns without filtering or questioning them. So if money in your home caused conflict or guilt, or the silent treatment or secrecy, or was used to control people, your body didn't just take in facts, it took in emotional associations. And if those associations said money causes disconnection, or wanting more makes you selfish, or people who have money are cold or greedy, then your nervous system quietly decided having more isn't safe. So that belief didn't go away when you turned 18 or started working. It's still running quietly in the background, especially under stress. By the way, if this is starting to click and you're realizing it's more than just bad spending habits, you're not the only one unpacking this. This is something I walk clients through every week. And if you're starting to feel curious about what shifting this could actually look like, I'll tell you more toward the end. So here are some examples of how this plays out in real life. A creative director finally raises his rates, but every time someone brings up pricing, his chest tightens and he blurts out a discount without meaning to. This is not about generosity, it's about guilt that got wired in a long time ago. Or a business owner builds her first real savings cushion and suddenly finds herself spending it on tools and upgrades she doesn't even need or use. She tells herself it's reinvesting, but deep down holding money feels heavier than letting it go. Or an engineer keeps saying he wants financial freedom, but quietly avoids asking for a raise even though he's overdue. So part of him fears that having more will change how people see him or what they expect from him. These aren't money problems. They're emotional patterns built around belonging, approval, and safety. When someone grows up in an environment where love felt conditional, tied to performance, helpfulness, or being emotionally easy, they often develop a belief that sounds like, I'm only valuable if I stay small or useful. So even when life gets easier or money starts flowing in, it doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. Clients often describe this as guilt, like they're doing something unfair or abandoning someone. And until that belief shifts, wealth won't feel like freedom or opportunity. It just feels like a threat. So I'll just say this here. If part of you is nodding and another part is pulling away, that's really normal. This work brings up mixed feelings. If you're not ready to do anything yet, that's fine. But if you are starting to think, I can't keep looping like this, there's support for that. Even people who are deeply self-aware struggle to break these cycles because the logical brain, the one that reads the books, makes the budget, sets the intention, isn't really the one in charge. That's your subconscious, and it doesn't speak logic, it speaks emotional association. So if safety has been linked with struggle, your system will pull you back to struggle even when it hurts because it's familiar, and familiar feels safe. It's not sabotage, it's protection. So what actually helps? Building safety with new experiences, not through force, but through inclusion, including the part of you that still flinches when things feel easy, the part that learned to equate hard with worthy, the part that believes if I stop proving myself, I'll be abandoned. That part doesn't need to be overridden, it needs to be understood. That's where real change happens, at the pace of safety, not pressure. So if this sounds like what you've been quietly navigating, the push-pull between wanting stability and fearing what it might mean, I just want to say there's nothing wrong with you for being stuck. What's happening makes sense. And if you're at a point where you're ready to do this work, not alone and not in survival mode, Anxious to Anchored was built for exactly this. It's a space where we slow the pattern down, explore where it started, and build something more stable from the inside out. So if you want structure, support, and tools that don't bypass your experience, you can learn more at the link below. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.